Welcome, everybody. I'm really happy that you made the choice to join me for today's practice. My name is Maya Kamala, and I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher in training. I've been giving practice classes for a while now as part of my teacher training hours, and I'm really happy to be doing my first class ever for online purposes today. Up until now, I've been giving in-person classes and sticking the camera in the corner, and so my posts up until now have been a side view of me giving classes to people in person. So this is a first in and of itself. So yeah, I'm welcoming you all now to just land here with me. Find a place to sit comfortably. You don't absolutely need a mat if you don't have one. You might raise your hips by sitting on a little blanket or a pillow. Kundalini is the energy of consciousness. It can also be seen as our untapped potential. Can be understood through Indian symbology, traditionally as a serpent coiled at the base of our spine. The job of Kundalini yoga, no matter how you understand Kundalini, is to help circulate that energy, help raise it up, help to raise our consciousness so that we become not only the healthiest physically that we can possibly be, but also the most balanced on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level. In this way, a regular practice of Kundalini yoga can be seen and understood as a very powerful healing form of social justice, of inner activism that expands outward. Because ultimately, a regular practice of Kundalini yoga not only benefits you, but it benefits those around you. And that's a very, very powerful thing. Kundalini yoga is a very powerful healing technology, as I've just mentioned, that has been around for thousands of years with good reason. It's very effective. Each practice incorporates varying elements of breath work, mantra, mudra, which are hand gestures, movement, of course, meditation, and relaxation into every practice. So you really get a well-rounded, very unique way of accessing your intuition and of getting in touch and sensing into your body and your mind. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce today's practice, which is one that's been calling me personally for a very long time. I was drawn to Kundalini yoga as a way to release trauma from my body, old childhood trauma. This practice, which is called Let the Liver Live, is very much about helping our liver, which is located in the upper right quadrant of our abdomen here, to function optimally. Personally, having grown up as an enraged child, under traumatic circumstances, I know that my liver and my gallbladder suffered, and I'm trying to help them to function optimally today. The liver is ultimately where we hold our anger, where when it's not processed properly, the liver suffers. So the liver, when it's functioning optimally, helps to detox our blood, and by extension, helps our brains to function optimally, helps our gut, our skin, our immune system. So, it should go without saying that when the liver is not functioning optimally, we feel it and we suffer. And so this practice is about helping us. It's a very self-empowering practice. It's a really incredible practice in the sense that it really shows us how possible it really is to sense into our bodies, to sense into a particular organ in our bodies and its functioning, and to actually help that part of ourselves to flow, to function, to work again in our favor and for us, because that's what it's there for, to support us in our life. So yeah, before I proceed, I just also wanted to mention this practice is a little bit on the difficult side. I'm going to be introducing a lot of different modifications today. We're using a few props. If you are pregnant and you're over 4 months pregnant, I would recommend actually returning to this practice at a later date. It's a little bit on the intense side, puts pressure on the abdomen, and not recommended. If you are in your first trimester, you might proceed very carefully, listening to your body, and you'll want to be replacing all of the instances of breath of fire, which I'll be talking more about, with long and deep breathing instead, simple long and deep breathing. But even then, I personally wouldn't recommend trying this practice pregnant. If you're menstruating, again, you can practice, but you might want to just listen to your body and see if it's actually what it wants. If you do decide to practice, again, similar to the advice I just gave for those who might be pregnant, you're going to want to switch out breath of fire for long and deep breathing also. So the main thing here is to listen to your body and ease up if anything feels like it's too much. Take breaks, stop when necessary. Never push yourself to the point of dizziness or pain or anything like that. We're going slow and gentle here. So we're going to land here now with a little bit of breath work. We're actually going to introduce this practice with breath of fire. So breath of fire involves, for those who haven't done it before, you might start by sticking your tongue out and panting like a dog. You'll see that the navel automatically pulls in here, and the inhale is passive while the exhale is the active part of this breath. So if you try the same thing now with your mouth closed and breathing through your nostrils, that's your basic breath of fire. So we're gonna arrive here now with something called ego eradicator, which involves breath of fire along with a mudra. So we're curling our fingers down towards the palm of our hands, and the thumbs are remaining out, and we're raising them up into a V shape. And now we're going to do breath of fire just for about a minute as a way of landing here today in whatever space you've chosen to practice today. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Roll your eyes lightly up towards your third eye point, which is between your eyebrows and slightly above, and focus there, and we'll begin. Go at your own pace. You're doing great. If you want to go slower, like so, that's entirely up to you. Stop if you need to. Keep going. You're doing great. Just here for about 15 more seconds. Inhale now deeply through the nose. Hold the breath in. Bring your thumbs to touch overhead. Extend your fingers up. Hold, 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 and exhale slowly through your nose, sweeping your arms down at your sides. And land here now. Observe, you may already feel a shift in your energy from that breath. We're now going to tune into today's practice with a mantra. The mantra that we tune in with is Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Kundalini, while not a religious practice, is influenced by the Sikh faith. And that is most evident in the mantras that we use. So the opening mantra is in the sacred Sikh language of Gurmukhi, as are many of the others. And this mantra can be translated to mean, I bow to the teacher within, I call on my highest consciousness. This mantra is all about calling ourselves to presence before beginning any practice. And it's all about acknowledging that the divine wisdom and intuition is in each and every one of us. There's no one human being or one guru who is more inherently equipped to access that profound wisdom, intuition, and authority than anyone else. So I'm going to invite you now to rub your palms together lightly. Bring your thumb bones to your sternum. Close your eyes, sit up straight. I should mention that if this is ever uncomfortable, you can always come to sit on your heels instead, like so. The main idea is to find a position where your spine is straight. You can even sit in a chair and plant your feet on the ground and just keep your back straight. You can switch at any point throughout the practice as well. Okay. So inhale deeply now, drawing energy as you do from the base of your spine to the top of your skull. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. On the third inhale now, we're going to chant 3 times. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply now. Hold the breath in and set your intention for today's practice. Could be a feeling, could be a sensation, could be a word, whatever it means to you. And exhale now, bringing your hands back down to your knees. We're going to begin now with a few warm-up exercises before we begin the Kriya for today. So we're going to start by doing a little something I like to call mortar and pestle, also known as Sufi grinds or waist rolls. So hands are on the knees, and as we circle forward, we're inhaling through the nose, and as we round back, we're exhaling. So inhaling forward, exhaling as we round our backs towards the back wall. Inhaling forward, pushing forward with the chest a bit. You might feel a little rock in the pelvis. Exhaling back. We're here for just a minute now. I invite you to close your eyes and just sense into this motion. This is a great massage for the internal organs. Also a wonderful way of strengthening the hips and lower back. You're doing great. Keep going, we're almost there. Come to straight spine now. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath in. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale, slowly release everything. We're going to now switch sides and do the same thing in the opposite direction. Inhaling forward, exhaling back, but in the opposite direction. Closing the eyes. And again, we're here for just 1 minute. Coming to straight spine again. Inhale deeply and hold the breath in. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale, release. Great job. Okay, we are now going to move to something called side stretches. You can always lift your hips up whenever necessary. I like to take the cushion away for some exercises. Do whatever feels best for you. Switch the cross of your legs as you need. Okay, so for this exercise, we're bringing our hands up to our shoulders, fingers in front and thumbs behind. If this is uncomfortable or inaccessible to you, there's an alternative where you can bring your hands to your chest like so instead. Either way, we're inhaling as we dip down to the left, exhaling to the right. Inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. I invite you to close your eyes again now. We'll be here just a minute. Another great way of increasing spinal flexibility and of massaging our side body, our internal organs. Great for the gallbladder and liver as well, which are, of course, the main guests at our practice today. You're doing great. You got this. Come up to straight spine now, hands still in place. Inhale deeply and hold the breath in. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale, bringing the arms down with control. Remain here just a moment now, trying not to move, just feeling, observing any feeling or sensation that happens to be arising in you. We're now going to come into our next stretch. Going to bring your legs open, wide apart in a V shape, or as wide apart as you can comfortably sit. There's no need to force. And then as we inhale, we bring the arms up overhead. As we exhale, come down on the left, either to the shin, the ankle, the toes, whatever is accessible to you. Inhale up. Exhale down to the right. Again, we're here for 1 minute. Do your best. And close your eyes if you're comfortable. Keep going at your own pace. Might be rapid, might be slow, whatever works for you. This stretch, which is known as spread stretch, is great. It's a great stretch for the inner thighs. Also for our hips and our lower back. Great for the sciatic nerve as well. So many of us hold emotion in our hips We don't even realize we're doing it, but so much soreness and stuckness in this area comes from stuck emotion. You're doing great. We're almost there. Just another 20 seconds. Inhaling up. Exhaling down to one side. The next time you inhale up, exhale down to both sides at once, grabbing your big toes if you can, pressing into your toenail, or just grabbing onto your shins wherever you can. We're here now, staying here, bending forward in this stretch, inhaling once deeply, exhaling again, inhaling again now, exhaling. And now inhale deeply and hold the breath in. Exhale now and release everything. Walking yourself back up with your hands along your legs. Okay, we have one more warm-up exercise to get through now. It's a very fancy move known as neck rolls. So coming back to a comfortable seated position now. I'm going to invite you to bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And as you inhale, circle your head back carefully and slowly. As you exhale, coming forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. We're going to do 5 of these now at your own pace. If ever this is uncomfortable, you can also just do semicircles. The lower half of the circle, inhaling to one side and exhaling to the other. Otherwise, we're doing 5 full circles at your own pace. And once you've completed 5, bring your head straight again and allow yourself a moment to reset. Once you've done that, bring your, I mixed up the sides before. I said left when I was doing right. Now we're actually going to do left. So bringing left ear to left shoulder. If you did the opposite last time, you're doing the right one this time. So whichever one you didn't do before, do that one. And then again, inhaling as we circle back, exhaling forward. Again, 5 times. This move helps to release tension in the neck as well as to release energy into our heads, into our brains. You're almost there. As you finish your last one, bring your head up straight again. Inhale deeply. And hold the breath. Hold, hold, hold. And exhale, release. The breath holds between exercises are a way that we can help our body to integrate the effects of the exercises we've just done. So we get more effect that way. We're now going to start today's Kriya. For today's Kriya, you may or may not need these props, but I'm using one block here today, one yoga block, as well as a scarf, which is standing in for a yoga strap. You can also use a belt, anything, or even a thin towel, whatever might work for that. You may or may not need it. Okay, so the first move that we're doing is called side stretch. I'm going to invite you to come to lying down now on your left side. Your legs are straight out and you're resting your head on your left hand here, supporting yourself with your left arm. Now, the bottom leg stays straight and the top leg comes up straight also. And the idea is to grab our toe and hold and keep both legs straight. Now, this is barely accessible to me. If it's not accessible to you and it's not comfortable to hold that position for you, one good way that I've found is to use a scarf or a strap to extend the leg so that you're able to keep it straight. Okay? And if you're having a hard time staying stable in this position, you can bend your bottom leg, bend your bottom knee so you have a broader base to hold the position. Now, while we're in this position, we're going to do breath of fire through the nose as we did earlier. And the idea here is to hold this entire thing for 2 minutes. Okay, so close your eyes if that helps. Take breaks if you need to, but I invite you to meet this challenge today. And yeah, we'll begin now. Go at your own pace, slowing the breath of fire slightly if need be. You're doing fantastic. Keep going. This move puts actual pressure on the liver, stimulating it to function properly. Such a simple yet powerful move. You might try partway through to straighten your bottom leg if you have it bent. If that's still not stable feeling, you can just bend it again. We're almost there. We have about 30 seconds left. Inhale deeply now. Hold the breath in. And release. Slowly and with control, releasing the leg back down. From our side position, pushing ourselves carefully back up into a seated position. Great job. Remain here just a moment now, feeling whatever feels there are to feel, sensing into your liver, seeing what stories it might have to tell you today. Your liver is there for you. You are here for you. As you showed up to today's practice and are taking steps to enhance your overall healing of mind, body, and spirit. The next pose is called wheel pose, and it's something that I personally cannot access in its full expression. It's quite challenging. But I'm going to show you what it involves, and then I'll show you some modifications. So to get into wheel pose, we bring our heels as close to our butt as possible. And then we bring our hands up over our shoulders with the fingers pointing back towards our shoulders. And then the idea here is to press into our hands and our feet as we lift the body up ultimately creating an arch that travels all the way from the heels to our hands. I personally can't get my head off the ground. One alternative here is to, if you can, grab onto your heels and lift as you inhale, release down as you exhale. Inhale, exhale. This is one alternative, to just do this moving pose instead of holding wheel pose. Another alternative is to, see, I can barely grab my ankles here, but another alternative is to just hold this pose in the up position like this, as an alternative to wheel pose. Another alternative, and the one I like, you can use any number of things, props, to help prop you up and support you as you try to move slowly and gradually into being comfortable with a position like this. If you have one of those giant body balls that are often used for Pilates, you might use it now and prop your body over it backwards so that you can get into that position. And with time, you may be able to remove it. You can also use a giant stack of pillows to the same effect. Today I'm using a block, so you can very carefully, if it's comfortable for you, slide the block just below your back and get into position this way. Hold the position this way. If you're comfortable, you might even turn it this way, vertically, using the block to get even deeper into the posture. I'm going to use it on its horizontal form today. So no matter how you choose to access wheel pose, we're going to be here for 1 minute now. And as we remain in this position, we're inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. No, sorry, mistake. We're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And then we're inhaling through the mouth and exhaling through the mouth. So we're taking turns, alternating between one breath that's purely through the nose. The next breath is both in and out through the mouth. Okay? So holding the position, whichever variation you've chosen that works for you today. We're here now for only 40 more seconds. You've got this. It's a challenge, but it's a worthwhile challenge. This position actually facilitates the flow of energy through the spine, helps with metabolic function in the body, and it's also a really great way of strengthening the abdomen and the thighs. It's a very, very powerful position, a wonderful angle for us to be able to move our bodies into. You've got this. You're doing great. In and out through the nose and in and out through the mouth. Okay. Inhale deeply now through the nose. Hold the breath. And release. Slowly now, if you're in the position with the block, you're going to want to very slowly and carefully slide it out from under you. Come slowly back down to the ground. And no matter which position you were in, bring your knees in, give yourself a hug now. And rock a little back and forth to give your lower back a little bit of a massage. Release any tension that was created during that exercise. Okay. And you might also bring your hands to your knees and do a circle or two in one direction and a circle or two in the other direction. Now you can come back to a seated position now by coming onto your side and pushing yourself slowly back up. Okay. We're now going to repeat the side stretch from before, but just for 1 minute this time. So once again, we're coming back onto our left side. We're bringing our head into our hand. Both legs are straight, if at all possible. If not, bend your bottom knee for support and stability. And we're here for a minute with breath of fire. Keep going. Over halfway there now. Again, putting a little bit of pressure on the liver to stimulate it into working optimally. Inhale deeply now. Hold. And release. Slowly allowing your leg to come back down. Okay, we're now going to come into the next posture in this practice, which involves coming up to a standing position. So you might come into a squat first and then stand up. Ultimately, what we want to do is keeping our feet about 1.5 or 2 feet apart. We're going to stretch through our legs with our hands, reaching as far back as possible. Our fingers are facing towards the back wall. We're reaching, actually I'll show you like this too. We're reaching back as far as we can. Legs are straight. So we're basically holding this position for 1 minute. And as we do so, we're breathing normally, okay? We're going to transition to another breath after 1 minute, but I'll guide you through that. So for now, reaching through the legs as far as we comfortably can, the head drops down, and we're here, breathing deeply, breathing normally. Through the nose. Keep going, almost there. This pose is known as deep stretch, and it definitely feels like a deep stretch too, all along the back of the legs. Now, remaining in the same position, although you may need to take a moment to look at the screen for this next bit, we're going to stay in the same position, but we're going to use a different breath for 1 more minute. So for this breath, we're going to curl our tongue. And if you can't curl your tongue, it's really not a big deal. You can just stick your tongue out just a little, or you can curl it up as far as it'll go. It really doesn't matter. The main idea is to have your tongue sticking out just a tiny bit, curled if possible, and then you're doing your breath of fire through your mouth, through your tongue, instead of through your nose. So, but in this position instead. So again, we're here for a minute. Do your best. Keep going. Your body's going to thank you for this. You may not feel changed after this practice, but chances are that you will feel a slight shift energetically. You may feel a difference in your sense of flow. Okay. Inhaling deeply now through the nose. Hold for just a moment. And exhale. Release. And you can come back down to a squatting position now. And then ease slowly back into a comfortable seated position. Okay. We're coming back once again, last time now, into side stretch. This time only for 30 seconds. And this time, we're using a different breath. So coming into whatever version of side stretch is good for you. But this time we're inhaling deeply through the nose and explosively exhaling through the mouth in cannon breath. So that's the breath, and we're here for 30 seconds. Let it out. Okay, great job. Releasing the leg back down again. And pushing yourself back up once more to a comfortable seated position. Okay. Okay, the next exercise is called stand sit. It's challenging, I'm not gonna lie, but there's so many ways. When I first tried this, I was deeply intimidated and I thought, okay, this practice is not really accessible to me. But I was wrong. So first I'll show you the full expression, as they say, of the posture. So we begin by sitting in a cross-legged posture. Bring our hands up towards our shoulders. And then without using the hands, we stand up. And then sit back down. And the idea is to keep doing that up and down 26 times. If you can't do 26 times your very first time around, there's definitely no one that's going to blame you for that. It's a gradual, you can work gradually up to this with time. But if you feel you can, and I encourage you to rise to the challenge, meet the challenge. If getting up without your hands, like I just showed you, is bloody impossible, which I understand, I was able to do it just there, but sometimes you'll see me flailing all about trying to do that. There's a couple of alternatives. You might sit up on a blanket, for instance. Now, you might sit up on a blanket and try the same thing. Even just having your hips raised the tiniest bit can make this move a lot easier. If it's not quite enough, you might actually fold your blanket in half and or sit on a thicker cushion. That could help even more. Alternatively, you might actually sit on a block. Okay, so just to give you a demonstration with the block, it's a little bit easier because it's like you're sitting on a little stool. Although you have to, either way, there may be a little bit of imbalance to deal with. No matter what, the flailing and the imbalance and the losing balance while doing this, it's all part of the yoga. In life, as in yoga, we lose our balance, and that's just all part of the journey. So we're going to try and do this now 26 times, okay? Do your very best. My favorite is with a folded up, double folded blanket. And we'll begin now. Do your best. Stop, take breaks if you need to. Keep going at your own pace. This is yet another one of those positions that puts pressure on the region where the liver lives, and helps it to clear out and to function optimally so that it can best serve you in your endeavors to live your life. Keep going, you've got this. It's a very warming exercise. It's the kind of exercise that reminds you you're alive. You're doing fantastic. Once again. Okay. Wherever you are, do 2 more. And then return back down to a seated position. Close your eyes and just observe. Sense into yourself. Sense into who you are in this precise moment. Tuck your chin slightly, keeping a straight spine. Take a moment to appreciate yourself for showing up here today. Remember your intention. Okay, there's one more active exercise in today's Kriya, and they're called liver rolls. Okay, so what's happening is we're standing up. Just gonna, okay. Feet are about shoulder width apart. And as we inhale, we roll forward with the torso. It's all with the upper torso. As we exhale, we're rolling back. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale, rolling back. And this is a really wonderful exercise for liver health in general. If you do this exercise 11 minutes in the morning and 11 minutes at night, it's a really great way to show up for your liver and help your liver function in a healthy way on a regular basis. It's a little bit of upkeep. Keep going now at your own pace. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. You're circling up where the upper body meets the hips. It's all in the upper torso. Keep going. Come up to standing straight now, and we're going to switch in the other direction. Inhaling forward, exhaling back, but in the opposite direction. Again, we're here for another minute now, just as before. You're doing really great. Almost there. Don't forget to breathe. in as you roll forward and out as you roll back. Feeling the inflow and outflow of air through your nostrils. The inflow and outflow of prana, or life energy. Okay, come to straight spine again now. Inhaling deeply, holding the breath in, and release. As you're ready now, come back down to a comfortable seated position. And as you arrive now, I'm going to invite you to come into a comfortable supine position, laying on the back. We're going to enter into a few minutes of relaxation now. So get comfortable on your back. Prop a pillow underneath your knees if that's better for you. Find a way to just lie there now. Relaxing is an integral part of Kundalini yoga. Because without it, we don't have the space, the time or space to fully integrate all the effects of all the really great exercises we've been doing for ourselves. So relax now. Allow your body to sink towards the floor. Allow your feet to fall away outward from your hips. No need to keep your feet close together. Let them fall out. Same with your hands. Let them fall out from the sides of your body. Relax the soles of your feet. Relax the front of your legs. Relax the back of your legs. Breathe normally. No need to control the breath. Just be here in the knowledge that you do not have to make anything happen. You're just letting yourself go here. Relax the hips, the buttocks. Relax the muscles of your belly. Relax your spine, your back muscles. Relax the muscles of your chest. Relax your arms from your shoulders all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Relax your neck and your throat. Relax your jaw, your lips, your tongue. Relax all the muscles of your face, your forehead. Relax all the hair on your head. Relax all the hair on your body. Relax. Relax. Slowly begin to move your fingers and toes now, making circles with your ankles and your wrists. Bring the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet to touch, and begin to rub them together all at once to activate those nerve endings. Hug your knees into your chest, and then let them fall to the left as you extend your arms out wide in a T shape and look over towards your right hand. Take one deep breath here in this nice, delicious twist. And then come back through center and take it to the other side. Again, one nice deep breath here. And back through center. And you can either come back to seating now, back to sitting position, by rocking up and down on the spine like so, until you're sitting, or you can come into a fetal position and push your way back up. Either way, we've come back up now, and we're at the point in the practice where we're going to take a few minutes now to enter into meditation. Today's meditation is a meditation for removing fear of the future. Whether you're worried about money, whether you're worried about relationships, whether you're worried about health, worried about your career, whatever it might be, maybe all of the above, maybe you're worried about the state of the world, very justified, all of it. But worry and anxiety are all based in, ultimately, a fear of the future. I can attest to this personally, having dug deep into my lifelong anxiety. So this meditation is a very soft and cozy way of meditating on releasing that fear, removing that fear, by holding nice, safe, cozy space at the heart space. So what we're going to do now is bring your right palm in front of you. Fingers are just straight. They're together, but straight out. And then your left hand is on top. So your fingers are crossing over one another. Your hands are crossing over one another. Your right thumb then comes in and your left thumb folds on top of your right. So hands are one on top of the other, crossed over one another, right thumb down, and then left thumb down on top. And then you're holding this entire little package up near your heart space, just holding it tight, not too tight, just cozily. And we're closing our eyes now. And as you close your eyes, roll your eyes slightly up towards your third eye point to focus there, just between your eyebrows and slightly above. Inhale deeply now to the count of 4. 2, 3, 4. And now exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. We're inhaling long and deep, holding the mudra at our heart. You can go at your own pace now. If you can go deeper to the count of 5 or 6, you're welcome to. Keeping it even on both ends. We're here for 3 minutes now, eyes closed, breathing deeply. Inhale deeply now. And release. Bringing the palms down as you're ready. Remaining here a moment now, just observing. Bring your palms together. Rub them together. Bring your thumbs to your sternum in prayer pose. We're now going to close out today's practice with the mantra Sat Nam, which can be translated to mean truth is my name, or I am truth. Truth is my essence. I rise to meet the truth. I rise to meet any truth which has arisen for me today during the practice. So envision a ball of white light now at the base of your spine. And as you inhale, draw that light up to the top of your skull. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. And on the third inhale now, we're going to chant one long Sat, short Nam. Truth is my name. Inhale. Sat Nam. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye point and bow in reverence to your practice. If it's accessible to you, you might also bring your palms and your forehead to the ground at this moment. As you're ready, and only as you're ready, you can come back up. Thank you so much for joining today's practice. I hope that it was beneficial for you. If it feels right in your body, you might consider eventually committing to a 40-day practice where you do this practice or any practice that feels good to you for 40 days straight. All right. In the meantime, though, happy exploring and thank you for joining. Mwah.